Hey Lloyd, how you doing?
Hey Herb, how's it going? Good to see you online.
Hey, no, it's good to see you as well. You've been a busy man, I hear.
Yeah, we've had a busy summer so far. We've actually had a pretty busy year in our shop, and I think with the Tour de France, with the Challenge Road, Ironman Frankfurt, all these events on right now, it's an exciting time of year for us.
Yeah, I mean, you're not that far from Ironman Frankfurt, where you're situated, right? I mean, how far is it for you to
Yeah,
go to the event?
we're like 40 minutes away from the course actually, and we have a big triathlon contingent right in the local area. So we see the bankers, lawyers, the pro athletes all coming through, just either with nerves or whatever, wanting to make sure that everything's good to go for their big event of the year. So.
Well, to those of our readers of yours who don't know you, what exactly do you do with CycleFit Germany?
Well, what we do in our center, we're basically a kind of a bike fit lab, a bike fit studio. Um, we work with everybody. We work with ambitious hobby athletes, people with injuries, people wanting to buy new bikes, all the way up to guys that have won big Ironman events in the World Tour. Guy wearing the current yellow jersey of the Tour de France is one of my good friends, and we work with everybody. We've had some really good success and luck here, and really happy. And I think it's just our hard work that keeps us floating. So
I know you had a German pro triathlete, Sonja Teissig, there recently.
yeah,
How long ago was that?
super cool, really cool girl. Actually, just the other day, she's got a new bike sponsor, Stevens Bikes, and they've really went out of their way to bring her some new equipment, new technology for this season, and they did some personal things, nice paint job, personal touches, and so we basically transitioned her from her old bike into the new bike, and kind of evolved her position a bit. And she struggles a little bit with her swimming, so she's kind of running a little bit behind out of the water. So brought her a little bit more aggressive than she was sitting on her previous bike, and hopefully that is the new combination for her to be a little closer to the win. Either in Rote or hopefully in Hawaii.
Well, I
So
mean, with Road almost upon us as well, next the following weekend, is that
yeah,
not a little bit tight in terms of getting adjustments done, or how does that generally work?
yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, you have to be sensitive to the athlete and what they can absorb. Flexibility, range of motion. It's always a fine balance, sure, of how far do we push the envelope, or what do we need to be sensitive of. We were very definitely very conservative on the changes that we made, because Sonya's worked a lot on her flexibility, and she's definitely a different athlete than when I first started working with her. She had some injury problems when we first started working, and so I think now that I see her in a more healthy state, we can definitely move forward with some good success, and I'm not too concerned at all about what we did affecting her race performance. I think it's going to have no impact at all. So
Um, is so does it, I guess it varies also. Does some people just come in on almost like a little tune-up?
yeah, we've looked at tuning up riders just previous to events. We have, you almost in a way you kind of play sports psychologist in a way with some athletes, where they just want to know everything's good, and whether they come in and you change absolutely 0 millimeters on any part, just to hear it from somebody else is really good for their psyche going into a big event. And with that in mind, you can really affect positive performances, I believe. I think when you can reinforce and help the confidence of the athlete, I think it goes a long way. So Even with Sonia, she's already really confident. The changes she understands aren't going to, because we go through the numbers, we look at the posture changes, we really work with what she has going on in the moment. And, a bike fit is as good as the current flexibility of the individual, of the current status of their mobility, of their range of motion, even where they are in the season. So the fit's always an evolving process. It's not static.
Talking about, I know you had Sonia there, but I think you've worked with Timo, and most of these athletes are fairly close to you, but you really get athletes from all over the world that come to you.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, we're 30 minutes from Frankfurt Airport, and I've had people fly in from Thailand, from all over Europe. They drive up to 7-8 hours from the far side of Switzerland to southern France. We had the Dauphiné, King of the Mountains, Jersey winner, just drove 8 hours. He was in right after Sonia, and he lives on the far side of France. So he was coming in just to get tuned up for the second part of his season. And so it's kind of funny. I don't know what to say. We just work hard. We do really good work in here. We aim to just be 100% with every single person, and not waver from trying to give the best for everybody. And it's funny. We're not a bike shop. We aren't a specific dealer for any particular brand. So we're really open. And we really like to just focus on the individual and really try to get their maximum performance, whatever level it may be, and give them the best comfort, give them the best experience that they can get.
I know that Garens was there just recently as well. So does it then thrill you when you see people like that performing at the very top of the level?
Super exciting. Simon is one of the most humble, modest guys you'd ever meet, and he'll, he's been here a few times, just like I said, just to check out and change nothing. And it's just good for his confidence. And the last time he was here, we were working just on his time trial bike, to give him a little bit more of an edge. That we made him a little bit more aggressive because we want to try and save as much energy as we can, so that he has the energy to attack in the other stages of the race. And when you see Simon winning and beating Sagan in the stage 3, that was. I was here in the shop alone, and I was going crazy here. I had my own party, I think. So,
can you even work during the time like this, or are these hours when the tour is on, are they off limits, so no one can book any time with you?
No, we're fully working. We actually have the tour playing when customers are here, so it's an interactive process. And after the Simon won, he fired me a text message at night. That's like the energy, and I love to share it with people, because he's so thoughtful, and that makes it that little bit more rewarding. And then to see Green Edge win the team time trial, I have a good friend that works super closely with those guys, and I know he was just as excited. He works for Scott, and he's in his own right probably one of the best time trial riders in Germany. And I love to share these moments with all these guys that are really connected, and because these teams are families, and when they're on the road, they're their own families. So it's pretty cool to be a part of it.
But you work for Shimano as well. You don't just have your fit studio. You work for Shimano Europe, I guess, or is that correct?
Yeah, I kind of work for Shimano Japan, Shimano Europe. In different capacities. I work for R&D in Japan. I work with Shimano Sports Marketing Group, so that's basically all of our ProTour teams I'm involved with. So on different levels, I help develop the the latest road shoe with a really amazing team of engineers in Japan. So we're doing different projects together. I work with Pro division within Shimano Europe. So we're working on saddles, aero bars, everything to the componentry of the bike. So I kind of have a fairly diverse role within the group.
So does it not matter that you're that far detached from Shimano Japan, or is that just in this digital world not an issue anymore?
I think it enhances my involvement because I'm right on the front line here. When I'm working with athletes, when I'm working with regular customers, with the everyday people, I'm most in touch with what we want to do. So from the innovation side, I can see things that we might be missing out on and things that we could improve upon. And I think it helps a lot when we're trying to think up the next best thing. You know, when you're in touch with it closely, then I think it has a bigger bearing on what we can do and how do we innovate and move forward. And you know, we take that directly into the shoes. We work with the pro riders directly when we've been evolving the new shoe concepts, and we work with different levels. Our saddle development is very closely linked to Argus Shimano, and so all of the riders that I work with on the team, they really help impact and steer the direction how we design the saddle. So I think it enhances and rather than detracts from the distance. I think it's a big asset.
You mentioned exciting things you're working on. What is the most exciting thing that consumers can look forward to that's going to happen in the near future?
I can't exactly say, but what I can say is it's going to be kind of a game changer in the bike fitting world. And I think last year we launched our force crank at Eurobike, and we showed our new force crank, which basically is real time showing a real time torque analysis, left and right side, and that's going to evolve into our new position simulator. And at this moment, something really cool coming that will be all tied together with that. So our new position simulator will be the home of our force crank. And what ties that all together is you're just going to have to see it at Eurobike.
So by Eurobike, we will see more.
You'll see more, and the dealer will be able to pretty much to order it all. We want to basically evolve how we service the dealer, and I think if you see what we bring out, you'll understand how we improve that service.
No, that sounds great for sure. Well, Lloyd, we really appreciate your time here. Have a good rest of the week and enjoy Ironman Frankfurt this weekend.
Yeah, thank you. We're looking forward to a lot of events. I mean, today's another sprinter day for the Tour de France, and could be an Argus Shimano day.
That sounds perfect.
So we're looking at some exciting finales coming up, and yeah, good to chat with you.
Hey, have a good one. We'll see you.
Thanks.